Today we're going to talk about the Corsair. Is it good?
Hey guys, come and join us at twitch.tv/TeamVASH. We stream 18 plus hours a day and we're the most active Save the World streamers on the planet, so come and join us and be a part of the team.
Yeah, it's good. It's a solid weapon. It's one of the strongest swords ever made, honestly. It's a beautiful blade. It's incredibly powerful. It's got a really interesting, bonus. It increases the headshot damage of a pistol by 15 seconds, which honestly is pretty worthless. If I'm being honest, it's every time you crit, your pistol does 40% more headshot damage. I don't care about that at all. That is basically nothing. It's a good bonus if you wanna try to score some really sweet, really crazy damage numbers, but in practical use, it's never gonna have relevance, right? If that was on crit, pistol damage was increased by 40%, that's a different thing. But headshot is wildly inconsistent. The hit detection is wildly inconsistent. The notification for whether or not you even got a headshot is very, who knows, right? I can never tell if I got headshots or not. It just, the numbers don't, the notifications don't convey that well at all. Especially in the heat of battle, if you're going really hard competitively and actually fighting and trying to, get practical use instead of trying to get some numbers to show off to your friends for a YouTube video or whatever. The practicality of using it is just the worst. It's the worst. You can't rely on headshots. So having a sword that increases headshot damage is largely who cares. So basically this sword is just a really good crit sword. It's got a high crit chance. It's got good crit damage. It's got good attack speed. It's just an all-around, beastie sword. The damage per second on this thing is really strong. This sword really shines, however, when comboed with its pairing. This weapon is paired with Jack's Revenge. So today we're going to talk about Jack's Revenge. Is it good? Yeah, it is. Again, awesome weapon. So yeah, really you have to talk about these two weapons together because this is a weapon set. It's a pair, and they definitely are designed to bounce off of each other. This one here, so the sword boosts the headshot damage, and this is a headshot weapon. This weapon has a 2.5 headshot multiplier, which means that you get huge. Yeah, this weapon is a 2.5 headshot multiplier, so you're going to get a huge bonus to your base damage. The base damage will go from 100 to 250,000. 100,000 to 250,000. So it's great. It's like it's kind of like Ralphie's Revenge, except with great base damage. So really strong weapon. You can actually score damage damage in the millions with this, with the proper build. So this gun it's legitimately nuts. It's in its best case scenario, this thing wrecks really hard. So I don't really love the weapon though, honestly. It's a one-shot weapon. Bang. Hopefully you get a headshot. Hopefully you get those big numbers. But again, you can't really rely on big numbers in combat. This gun, it doesn't function very well. It's got 3,800 range, so you got to be somewhat close. You got to stop moving if you want to get that first shot accuracy. So it can be good. You can score those headshots, and when you do, that target's going to die. But again, it's got a 0.9 fire rate. It's got a 1.7 reload time, which is realistically is the actual fire rate. So you can only fire a shot like once every 1.7 seconds, which is not wonderful. That's like, why use that when you can use a Terminator and just kill like 7 enemies per second instead of 1 enemy. And keep in mind, this does not have headshot explosions, so it's not like you're going to shoot one target like an obliterator and kill a whole group of enemies. No, This one is a one target, one trick pony. So really this thing is honestly kind of a trash weapon, but this thing shines when you look at the passive. The headshot eliminations boost the critical hit chance with sword attacks for 15 seconds. Now this is a big deal. So when you get a headshot kill with this gun, it turns your sword into a monster. This will raise your 37% critical hit chance on your sword all the way to a 53 crit chance. Like, it's crazy. Like, you're going to go from critting like just over 1/3 of your hits to critting over half your hits. And then you get a massive damage bonus on top of that. So yeah, this gun and the sword are intertwined. One is designed for the other, and clearly the pistol benefits the sword more than the sword benefits the pistol, but they come as definitely a pair. If you hit a headshot on this gun, the sword becomes a god, and you can basically just walk around killing anything in like 2 seconds, 1 second. Like, even a smasher just like gets deleted if your sword is buffed, if your sword is powered up. You're gonna walk through that smasher like he's just nothing. It's just crazy. Like, the damage bonuses are legit. Not to mention, this thing has the ability to headshot kill pretty much anything. And when you do get, if you happen to use the sword first, and then you go and use the gun's going to get boosted, right? The gun's going to have that extra headshot boost, so you're going to be more likely to one-shot kill the monster you're fighting, which is relevant when you're attacking bigger enemies. So you're going after huskies or blasters or smashers. If you've been using the sword and you pull out the gun and you shoot them right in the face, it could easily be a one-shot kill, right? It's this thing, as long as you get lucky and the headshot detection detects the way it's supposed to, you're going to blow that thing up. But again, if you miss the headshot, or if it doesn't register as a headshot, you're going to lose all that bonus damage. The gun's going to be trash. The gun's not going to get the headshot kill, meaning you're not going to boost your sword. And the amount of time that you waste trying to get your boosts, you could have just been killing stuff the whole time with a consistent weapon. So the pairing is fun, and it's neat, and it's thematic and entertaining, but it's not competitive because it's not consistent. And the consistency is everything. You need a weapon that you can walk in and not really worry about what you're doing. You're just like, I have a weapon that kills everything. I've got a machine gun that I can delete a smasher in 2 seconds flat without having to do any janky, beat around the bush, headshot combinations to raise my sword damage so that I can, blah, 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 blah. It's whatever, right? This is it's a janky combo, and it's fun to use, and it's nice when you see those numbers boost, but it's very situational. It's very reliant on hitting those triggers, and the end result is, just a fun experience that is not competitive. Okay, so we're doing some gameplay footage of a weapon combination here. This is the Jack's Revenge and the Corsair combo. These weapons are clearly made to be used in conjunction with each other. The Corsair is a nasty weapon. The best build that I've come up with was attack speed, armor, physical, and crit damage. The crit damage is
Siphon taking damage.
It works okay because the weapon actually has
one tank has been filled.
a really high base
Do you
crit.
want to collect the tank or activate the siphon again?
Right now
to
it's
fill up
showing
the
up
next
as a
tank?
37.5% critical hit chance.
Use the valve next to the tanks. If the siphon gets destroyed, you will
So
lose
pretty
any
nasty.
uncollected tanks.
Now, the benefit of this weapon is that on crit, it increases the pistol headshot damage by 40%, which has really good synergy with the Jack's Revenge. This is a headshot weapon. Right now we're running it with crit. We have two different kinds though. I was tinkering with both kinds, and I think that the new version of this gun actually works better. This one is the headshot version. So damage, headshot, headshot. So there's the two different versions of this gun. You've got the damage, headshot, headshot, or you've got the full crit build. Both of them are extremely effective. The reason why I like the headshot version a little bit better is just because this gun is designed to get a headshot kill. And the problem with this gun is that you don't know if you got a headshot kill a lot of the time. When you shoot them in the head,
That's
boom.
two. Collect them now.
See,
or risk
if
it
I
all
killed
and
that
go for a
target, I
third.
can't really tell if I actually got a headshot kill or not on that target. See, I can't tell whether or not I got the buff, right? So when I kill something, if I'm using the headshot gun, I can be much more confident that it was a headshot kill. There we go. See, I've got so I've got the damage bonus. You'll see there's a huge damage increase on the weapon, because what happens is whenever you get a headshot kill, you get a massive critical bonus. So it boosts this sword all the way from a 37 to a 53% crit chance. So now this thing's critting over half the time, and it gets it just gets massive bonuses. So let's look again. So right now it's at 37.5 and a 210% crit damage. So critting well over 1/3 of the time, and then doing a lot of damage when it does crit. Then you hit a headshot.
Let's see if we can find another one.
Once you get that kill, this sword boosts. Oh, see, that didn't even count as a headshot kill. How about this one? No, it still didn't count as a headshot kill. How about now? There it is. Okay, so that one counted as a headshot kill. Or did it? Jeez, I can't even tell now. That's hilarious. So we'll wait 15 seconds and we'll see if it changes out. Okay, so it's gone back down again. So 37 and 210. So we need to get a headshot kill and test the damage increase. Headshot kill. Now we'll switch to the sword. And there's no change.
Wish I could.
Well, this is not being very helpful. Headshot kill. Switch over. No change. Alrighty then. Well, I can't really tell if there's any difference at all.
Husk Slayer.
In theory, it's a really good combination. The sword is very strong. The sword crits, 1/3 of the time if you actually get your crit up high. So we're attacking now. And it's up to 37. Let's see if we can get a headshot kill. $37. Okay, well, it's wildly inconsistent. Getting headshot kills is, the hit detection, unfortunately, is the worst. So you can't even tell. Even if you get a headshot kill in this game, you don't know if it's actually a headshot kill. That's the big issue I have with the pistol, is that when you're using a headshot weapon, or, well, a headshot kill, say you have this here. Now, this is my favorite. This is the Obliterator. When you hit a headshot kill on this thing, because okay, watch, this is a body shot. I killed the target, right? Now watch the headshot. You know immediately if it's a headshot kill.
One tank has
Boom,
been
see the
filled.
big purple
Do you want
explosion?
to collect the
It's a
tank,
massive
or
purple
activate the
explosion.
siphon again
You
to
know
fill up
you
the
hit the
next tank?
headshot. You know that the
To
game
collect the full
registered.
tank, use the
See
valve
that one
next
there?
to the tanks. If the siphon gets destroyed, you
See,
will lose
you
any
can tell that it
uncollected
wasn't a
tanks.
headshot. It killed the target, but it didn't explode. Even though I hit it in the head, there we go. See the explosion? So, even though you hit it in the head, the hit detection on this game is so bad for headshots that you can hit straight shots right to the face, and it doesn't count as a headshot. But at least if you have a gun like the Obliterator, you can tell if it registered the headshot, because it blows them to kingdom come. It giant purple explosion because of the headshot explosion damage. So you know right away that you hit that headshot. But when you're using a gun, a gun that doesn't have it, you shoot him in the head. I hope that counted. Was it a headshot? I don't know. Hopefully. I can shoot headshots all day, every day, but I can't actually tell if I got the bonus. So I'm hoping that I got the bonus, but again,
That's two.
who knows?
Collect them
Right?
now
Who
or
knows?
risk it all and go
So
for a third.
I got a 53% chance to crit now, and I got 345% crit damage. So the crit on this sword just went through the roof. The damage and the crit, or like the crit rate and the crit damage went crazy. So if you can get the headshot, the damage on this sword is just totally nuts. But again, this is a very, very wonky game. The headshot detection is very bad. The knowing whether or not you even got a headshot kill, you don't know. There's no visible buffs on the screen to tell you, hey, you did it. You got, you like, in the top middle or the top or in the bottom middle. There's no like buff icon saying, hey, you're buffed. You have, you have an awesome buff, and it should have a buff, and it should have a number, like a 15-second, like a 15, 14, 13, the countdown. You should know exactly how long that buff is going to last for. Unfortunately, the game tells you nothing, so you don't know if you got the headshot. You don't know if you got the buff. It's not like you can check in combat, so you're just hoping for the best most of the time. And because of that, this combo is just trash. It's just total trash. When it works, it's amazing, but who knows how often it's actually working. The inconsistency
if we can find
is
another
just wildly inconsistent. When you do have the damage bonus, this sword is just brutal powerful. You can run through blasters like they're nothing. You can take on a smasher and tear him up. But again, even with tearing up a smasher, the effects are wildly inconsistent, because maybe you're not going to have the ability to headshot an enemy when that smasher shows up. Smasher shows up by himself. Enemies are kind of around, but they're not close enough to get a headshot. You don't really see a target. You're like, oh, I really want to kill that, that mist monster, but I don't have any triggers. I don't have a target that I can trigger my headshot bonus. If you got one here, like, oh, hey, cool. Now I can run in and just be like, oh, look at wreck. 2 seconds, right? Boom, just so powerful. If you get that trigger, it's like, oh man, get destroyed. You're just gonna just demolish. As you can see, the damage potential is extraordinarily high on this sword. The sword is just sick. I'm running swash in my support slot too, so whenever you shoot, you get a pistol damage. You get a 22% damage bonus on top of all the other, crazy bonuses that you get just because of the synergy between the two weapons. So, when it works really, really well. But the problem is that you don't know if it's working. You don't know if you're going to be able to even have an enemy around to trigger the effect, because you don't always have an enemy that you can headshot when you need to headshot it. When you need that sword powered up, you're like, oh, I need a headshot. I need a headshot. I need to get a kill. I need a kill. Oh, I missed my shot. Oh, whoops. I was supposed to miss my shot. Sorry. You're like, oh, hey, boom. I got, did I get a headshot? Hope so. Let's go and find out. And then you just start fighting, and you're like, maybe it's working, maybe it's not. So, it's a cool concept. It's a cool idea, but the implementation is terrible. There's no visual representation of, did I get my headshot? It's really nice when you see damage numbers like this. 70,000, when the numbers are white. But if you're using a weapon that has energy damage on it, as you can see, I can't even see what those numbers are, right? It's like, what is that? Who knows? Like, who even knows? Like, I can't tell. Like, the numbers are so
to collect a full tank,
like,
use the valve next to the tanks.
Like when it's an energy weapon.
Destroyed, you will lose any
like, look at that. I think that's
tanks.
49,000 maybe. Who can even read that, right? The energy ammo icons are terrible, but if you have like physical, you can read that, right? 44, 45. Look at that. Get some crits in there. 47. You can read the damage really, really easily. But when you're looking, but you can't tell if it's who knows if I got a headshot, right? There we go. Headshot, who knows? Hopefully. Maybe not. Did I? I can't tell. So, I've like, it's just, I don't know, man. It's bad. It's a really, it's a neat concept. It's a neat idea. It's so poorly implemented. The damage numbers are so trash. Knowing whether or not you got that headshot.
That's two.
You know, I hope I
Collect
did.
them
I hope
now
I
or
did.
risk
Maybe
it
I
all
did.
and go
Maybe
for
I
a
didn't.
third.
You know, you can shoot him right in the face and kill the target, and then still not be sure if you actually got a headshot kill or not. And then you pull out your sword and you, I don't know. It's bad, man. It's bad. It's a neat concept. You're gonna have some great highlight videos for sure because you know, this pistol can hit in the millions with a headshot kill if you get the right crit, the right situation. This thing can, you know, just devastate so hard. And the sword's the same thing. The sword, if the sword can trigger its bonus, you know, with the pistol, it's crazy. It's one of the most powerful swords in the entire game. It crits over half the time. The crits are just absolutely insane. They're devastating powerful. The base damage of the sword is really, really high. So the damage multipliers are off the charts. You can just walk in and just like, you know, just annihilate stuff. Like even without the buff, you know, 37% crit rate is no joke, right? Like if I go and fight this guy, you look at this here.
Let's see if we can find another one.
I think I had help. I don't think that was my sword that did that. But yeah, no, it feels cool, man. It's a cool feeling sword. I really like the sword much more than the gun, to be honest. The gun is, you know, it's whatever. It's a one shot reload. You can hit some huge headshots, but again, you can't rely on headshots in this game because of the hit detection. You can't tell if you actually got the headshot a lot of the time because of the lack of, you know, visible defining numbers. I'm tempted to just change this weapon over to, yeah, just change it from energy just so I can read the damage, you know, just so I can like shoot a blaster in the face and get a really, really high number. But again, that's kind of, it's pointless, right? It's just for bragging rights, just because I want to see the numbers. I want to know how much I hit for. And you just you can't do that with energy. Energy is so it's just not legible at all. But it feels good. I mean, look at it. Like it's like we're fighting big heavy enemies here, power level 100s, and I'm taking on a smasher. And you watch this sword. You know, the sword cleans house pretty good. It's a pretty solid weapon. Tears guys up real bad. I've got it kitted for physical, so I can take down blasters real quick. As you can see, you can wipe out riots, you can wipe out huskies. Anything physical dies fast. Anything that's not physical still dies pretty fast. Still a very, you know, it's powerful, right? It's a powerful sword that hits hard.
If the siphon gets destroyed, you will lose any uncollected tanks.
You know, it's very comparable with my Stabsworth, except that Stabsworth is just so much more intuitive. The Stabsworth just has better functionality, you know? Stabsworth is a stronger weapon. It's a more consistent weapon. It doesn't need any bonuses to completely run over everyone.
Storm creeps.
But yeah, I'm glad they added this into the game. It's a shame it's not implemented better, so you had more clear, you know, benefit. You know, just the numbers were just more informative. I just wish I wish it was just better numbers, better everything. I want to know that I'm getting my bonuses. I want to know. Right? So there's the Stabsworth versus an elemental. See? The Cutlass is strong, man. The Cutlass actually with the crits, because it has such high crit value, it may actually take down certain enemies faster than the Stabsworth can. You know, it's very powerful.
Want to get that smasher, Commander?
Great job! You collected enough for us to fill the reserves.
Hoorah! So yeah, fun combo. The Cutlass is really good. It's really strong. It's got a good synergy with the pistol pairing, but it does have, you know, inconsistencies, unfortunately, that really take away from the weapon's potential. So I like it, but I'm probably not going to use it that much because I've got better weapons to use, because I've got Stabsworth the Thirds, I've got, you know, physical Stabsworths, I've got fire, water, nature, I've got, you know, specific Stabsworth that are good for every single situation. Whereas this one, you're only going to have the one. You got to choose what you want, whether you want to go physical or whether you want to go with energy. It's you know, it's up to you whether or not you want to fight, you know, elemental enemies or just wipe out blasters and physicals really quickly. It's up to you which direction you decide to go. But knowing that you only have one Cutlass and it can only be one thing is, you know, something you have to take into consideration when you're using this weapon. All right, guys, I really hoped you enjoyed the review I had for the Jack's Revenge and the Cutlass, the Corsair, Jack's Revenge and the Corsair. Yeah, if you found this helpful, make sure you like and subscribe, leave a thumbs up, comment down below if there's any other videos you'd like me to cover. I'll catch you guys next time.
So if you like this video, come check us out on Twitch. We Twitch stream 15 to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every single morning starting at 9 a.m. We'd really appreciate the support. We're working really hard to grow the Twitch channel, so come and check us out. Come help us grow and be part of TeamVASH. Thanks, guys.